All right, here's a number placed in the standard algorithm, which is vertical form. And now we're going to go ahead and solve. But this time, we're going to try to use our place value chart. Our place value chart is where we go to draw or illustrate how many units are in each spot. So to draw your place value chart, you're going to have to start with our 3 lines because there are 3 digits. Then you're going to have to name the top, okay? So this first position is our ones place. Next is our tens spot. Then we have our hundreds units. And we also have thousands. Now when we draw our numbers, we're going to use circles. So right here in our ones, we have none. So I'm not going to draw any circles for this in our ones place. But for our tens spot, our first digit is a 3. So I'm going to draw 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. 10, 20, 30. In the tens spot, you can count up by tens. Next up, I'm going to draw my 100 unit. In our first number, we only have 100. So I'm going to draw 1 circle. In our chart right now, we have 100, 3 tens, and 0 ones, or 130. Now we're going to add our second number. Our second number has 0 ones too, so we will leave that blank. But it also has 8 tens, or 80. Count with me as I draw my tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Stop. 60, 70, 80. This is how I draw my tens to make sure that I have enough room, and I could also see how many units I need to make a 10 because we bundle with our tens. Next, I'm going to go ahead and look in our hundred spot. Our hundred spot of our second number has 2 hundreds in it. So I'm going to draw 100 and 200. Right now, in our chart, this is what this number looks like, but in our place value disk. So now we're ready to write our totals. We have 0 ones, so this answer is going to have 0 in the 1 spot. But now we need to count our tens. We need to count our tens to see if we made a 10 or if we made 100. We're going to do it 2 ways. Let's count up by tens first to see if we made 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I did make 100, and I'm putting my finger on the last unit that I used to make 100 because that's all that's going to be in that bundle. Let's try it again, this time by counting up by ones. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I put a dot in that last one so I know which ones to bundle. I counted up by ones because right now what it's telling me is that there are 10 tens that make 100. So now I'm going to go ahead and circle my 10 tens. Let's count it again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm going to circle it, draw my arrow, and where the arrow is pointing, I'm going to draw my new unit. Now I want to write the totals. What's left in the 10 spot? Well, there's only one more 10. So I'm going to write 1 here. That makes sense because we had 0 ones. Now we have a 10. Now let's go ahead and add our hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400. So the answer is 410. We made 1 bundle of 10 tens that made 100. Now I'm ready to solve it in our standard algorithm, vertical form. 0 plus 0 is 0. If you have nothing and somebody adds nothing, you have nothing. All right, 8 plus 3. 8 tens plus 3 tens. 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to put my 1 here and my new 10 below. Right now in our chart, we still have 11, But we know that you can't have a double-digit number in a spot. So you keep the number in the ones place, and then you move the other unit, which is always your new 10, to the next place. Now I'm ready to add. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle my 2 and my 1 because I want to not forget about my 100 that we just made. So I'm circling 100 plus 200, and in that circle is the number 3. So we have 300 plus 100. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we got it again, 110.